You may become very valuable, you're not born that way. Just a reminder that both men and women must remember this. Value in this context refers to the abilities and qualities that individual brings to the table rather than their inherent worth, which can be learned and developed via hard work, time, and devotion. A high-value lady is not always wealthy. Because women often don't spend their money very much, society and males in particular don't worry about their financial situation. Most people don't give a damn about a person's educational background. A woman isn't a lady with a Ph.D. Because young beauty is a depreciating commodity and nobody's body is flawless, a high-value woman can no longer be considered to be one who has physical perfection. The characteristics of a high-value lady, well, everything is combined in it. By the conclusion of this video, you'll be able to look in the mirror or at the lady you're dating and determine where you or she falls. We'll be brutally honest about today. Here are 15 characteristics of a high-value lady. Welcome to B Galaxy, the inspiration hub for aspiring millionaires. The first. Your spouse and people in your circle benefit from having you around. Your spouse is pleased to brag about you to their friends, family, and the rest of the world because you raise their perceived worth both in public and in private. If a guy doesn't show you off in public, he's sort of embarrassed of who you are, and this isn't a physical issue. High-value men go in public with high-value women. A high-value woman can contribute and is valued in social settings. Other people consider themselves fortunate to be in your company since your elegance enhances the occasion. A high-value lady brings value and is an asset. Low-value women are like liabilities, they have a price. A lady with great worth sets the bar for other women. They are the ladies qualified to be queens, and women desire to be like her. High-value men can be open, vulnerable, and honest with them because they can. High-value women are able to keep the kingdom in control. High-value women don't need to play games or put up with other people's games since they have high-value alternatives. Instead, they are serious and determined. The second. Fitness and beauty from nature. The ugly fact is that beauty equals money. Simply said, it is how society and even human conduct are organized. Physical attractiveness, a symmetrical face above normal height, healthy skin, and a proportional figure are signs of excellent genetics, but they do not enough to make a person a high-value lady without cosmetic surgery. Those genes are the ones passed on to any future children, and they aren't changing like the ones in your face. Because it is so uncommon, natural beauty is greater. A high-value lady is a unique blend of physical health and natural attractiveness. Society encourages discipline, and how you conduct yourself communicates to others that you are dedicated. You can stick to a routine, you have a strong will, and you are a powerful woman in charge of your life. If you think we're expressing the truth, click the like button. The third. The capacity to build strong families and children. People are evaluated by society according on their output rather than their potential. Women may play whatever role they want, but if they choose to become parents, their children will need to acquire different skills and life lessons from their mothers than they will from their fathers. Whether you decide to become a parent, you won't know if you did a good job until your kids are adults and on their own. Based on how successfully they have adapted to leading a satisfying life, you will evaluate your parenting. Not all women are created equal, and not all women have the skills or even the desire to succeed. Wives, partners, and moms, if you don't yet have children, among all the women in the world, your actions and character speak to your capacity for nurturing. Only around 20% of them are outstanding moms, 60% are normal mothers, and the other 20% are dreadful mothers. The influence we make while we are alive determines how valuable we are as people. Because of the influence and effect they can have on their children, high-value women, and men, for that matter, have a larger positive impact than others. The fourth. She is a reassuring presence in the light for her boyfriend, her kids, and everyone else. A prosperous existence requires cooperation since the outside world is unforgiving. The world is tough, demanding, hazardous, and draining. When you're with a high-value lady at the conclusion of a hard day, your life becomes calmer. Whether you're a guy or a woman, if your spouse is prepared to dispute, fight, or doesn't follow through on their commitments when you get home, this will only make your life more stressful. If you are battling everyone, you cannot be a high-value lady. A high-value woman is capable of knowing what the next steps are and where focus and effort should be directed. She is a light because of this. The fifth. Because women have a biological clock, youth truly has commercial worth. I know it seems contentious. Women who are still in their reproductive years are valued more highly by society than those who are beyond that point. Most women can still have children beyond the age of 35, although they are thought to be at a greater risk, implying that difficulties are more likely. A 25-year-old person is more valuable than a 55-year-old person just from a biological standpoint, since the former is more likely to be physically fit and have years ahead of them. The average statistics is quite obvious when considering sizable segments of the population. While most women peak between the ages of 22 and 32, most males do so between the ages of 35 and 45. And before to using your pitchforks. We're just discussing this from a biological standpoint, not from a social or professional one, okay? Youth does factor into the equation, whether you like it or not, even if there is more to women than their youth. For males, high-value women are mature while they are young, just as a man's capacity to protect and give plays a part. Before individuals begin to take their life seriously, they don't need to be 40 years old. The sixth. Many high-value men want to marry her, and everyone else wants her to be a member of their network. Since valuable ladies are truly extremely uncommon, desire grows out of uniqueness. She thus draws a lot of attention. High-value people recognize a high-value woman's true importance. They realize they can't afford to play games with this valuable lady because of what she can bring to the table. She has too many alternatives and is too intelligent for that. Therefore, the potential suitors who approach her are sincere and want to start a family and an empire with her. Unless they put a ring on that finger and are ready to dedicate themselves to building a life together over the long haul, she'll be lost to you because other people, equal standing and worth, are prepared to commit. Groups will examine how her inclusion advances the group. Standard high-value women are known for having strong social abilities. You can put a high-value woman in any social setting and she will be able to manage it with poise. The seventh. Unblemished reputation. Your reputation is shaped by everything you do in life, and high-value people are aware that it is worth even more than money. In the future, a woman's reputation either opens or shuts doors. Nearly all high-value women have stellar reputations. She is not a serial cheater, she has never been charged with a crime, and she does not make money by selling foot pics online. Why is this crucial? Because a person's reputation affects others around them, and reputation is a powerful tool. Is your spouse happy with the person you are? Are they pleased with you? And certainly, the world is an extremely judgmental place and needs to calm down, but having a good reputation has importance. Nobody can blame you because, if you have a history, it will eventually catch up with you and negatively impact your present. And although everyone in your present has a history, including you, it won't prevent you from doing certain things in the future because of it. The same way that putting a child in danger would prevent someone from acquiring custody of their children. A high-value lady has no negative effects on others around her. Maintaining a reputation is really difficult. It explains why women with solid reputations are valued more highly. The eighth. Recognition and celebrity. Even if you are an amazing lady, if you live by yourself in a cave, you are useless, not even to yourself. High-value ladies have a glow about them. They shine without seeking for attention. It just occurs to them. You've seen the ladies who enter a room to everyone's attention. They are aware of this woman's existence, even though they have never met her. Beyond her close group, the reputation we discussed before has spread to the point that everyone is aware. Contrary to popular belief, celebrity and exposure are more meritocratic. A high-value lady gains notoriety for her accomplishments and outcomes rather than for controversy or manufactured drama. Everyone is aware of high-worth assets as well as those that are just deceptive. Nobody is familiar with penny stocks, unlike blue-chip companies, which are well recognized. Because they are high-value corporations, you have probably heard of Apple, Amazon, or Google. Nobody knows about your side business. The ninth. Vibrant and motivating. When you're around, people feel happier and more energized. A valuable lady makes any area more attractive. Being in the company of a high-value lady is always enjoyable. She is a lot of fun to be around. High-value women are motivating. They encourage you to improve yourself and realize your full potential because they are doing it themselves. Nobody enjoys being around someone who is always negative, whining, or nagging. Whether you're cooking together at home or traveling the globe, when you're with a high-value lady you feel lucky and passionate about life. The 10th. She is self-conscious, discriminating, and mindful of her sufficiency. The tremendous lack of self-awareness, which affects both men and women equally, is one of the largest cultural issues we are now facing. But next week, we'll be talking about guys. A high-value woman is aware of her place in the world, her worth, and her situation. The only way to advance is based on reality, not ambitions or expressions, thus she is ruthlessly honest with herself. She has reached a point in her life when she can honestly say that she is proud of her circumstances. A high-value lady has excellent discernment and is perceptive. She is capable of making decisions that are compatible with her long-term objectives, and this gives her confidence. A high-value lady doesn't have to make concessions or settle since she is worth it. Her acts and behaviors demonstrate her confidence. Number 11. I'm surrounded by gorgeous ladies. The odd thing is that despite the fact that practically everyone is aware that you are the average of the 5 people, you nevertheless spend the majority of your time with a variety of people, including aimless individuals. A high-value lady chooses the people in her group carefully. She hangs out with peers rather than clowns. Some ladies may no longer invite you out to dinner since you can tell a lot about a lady by the caliber of the people she hangs out with. The lives of exceptional women are enhanced by one another. They support one another and share knowledge, so if you're not doing those things, some women will go. The 12th. She either hails from a wealthy family or has excelled in her work. No matter how much the impoverished would want to claim otherwise, we are not all born with the same resources accessible to us. Some individuals are born with more possibilities, and as a result, they have access to better education, better role models, and better opportunity to invest in themselves and raise their worth over time. However, this does not imply that women from wealthy households are always valuable. Lord knows that many of them lack basic skills and are very privileged, but statistically, having access to more chances will raise your worth. A woman who is able to get out of her original circumstance by working hard, being clever, and having tenacity is respected even more. The main drawback for a successful professional woman is that, generally speaking, it takes longer to break the pattern and achieve success. It takes longer to catch up to someone who has had a distinct edge when you start considerably behind the pack. Therefore, by the time you excel in your work, you could be beyond your most formative years. 13. Please may both guide and assist. A high-value woman is capable doing both, but not simultaneously, and is wise enough to recognize when to be right rather than always being in the right. Working together is a crucial aspect of life, as is taking responsibility for the results. A high-value woman has the flexibility and excellent judgment to know when to be which version of herself, and she also understands when not to step up as a leader for the benefit of everyone concerned. This explains why only highly valued ladies possess it. Number 14. In charge of her thoughts and feelings. Neither the past nor outside forces can dictate how she lives her life. High-value women do well in emotional intelligence tests or equations. They don't let their previous traumas control how they behave now or in the future. They've either found a solution to it or developed coping skills to keep everything under control. They work at digesting their suffering so they may comprehend it, develop, and move on. You will never witness a high-value lady use her history to excuse her failure to advance in the present. Too many individuals, including too many women, avoid counseling. It demonstrates how your reality is constrained by your capacity to go over your emotional history since they don't have a professional with experience in dealing with psychology and prior traumas to speak to. You should develop, not remain the same. You can see how their prior trauma and issues have affected their sanity and capacity to make wise decisions. A valuable lady has this under control. Numeral 15. Committed and devoted. On the long-term objective, loyalty is the last point on our list. Devotion toward her spouse, her house, her kids, and the long-term strategy. If a lady abandons ship when things are difficult or whenever she sees a good opportunity, that is seen as a warning sign since she could repeat the same behavior. Nobody can genuinely have faith in her motives. Building a successful family and a successful life are difficult goals to achieve. Are you on the same page and do you know what has to be done? For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, is how the vows are written for this reason. People are united via marriage. It demonstrates that you do not have baggage waiting at the door for you to bounce out when it is no longer convenient. A valuable lady is admired for her dedication to the cause. How many of you would support your lover despite everything? The objective sum of all the things we've listed here makes up a high-value woman, and it's time you shared your thoughts on what exactly qualifies as a high-value woman. If you have anything to contribute, please do so in the comment section. If you're wondering what a low-value lady is, go here. See our most recent video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything great. For those of you who stuck around to the very end, here is your bonus. The same kind of video will be released for the males the following week. The capacity to maintain high worth throughout time. When it comes to high-status women, they are able to maintain it for the duration of their lives.